Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and for the next 3 minutes, we're going to slow down again and practice what we've been hearing in Scripture this week. During the week on 3-Minute Thoughts, we're walking through a chapter of the Bible each weekday morning. And then on Saturdays, we pause and we let the Word shape and mold how we actually live out our day-to-day lives. Our coaching moment of the week. A chance to notice where Jesus might be inviting us to trust Him in real-life scenarios in the week ahead. So let's step into this week's 3-Minute Practice podcast. This week we read Luke chapters 4 through 8. Jesus resists temptation in the wilderness. He begins teaching and healing, calls his disciples, calms a storm, frees a man from demons, heals a woman who had suffered for years, and raises a little girl back to life. And through all these stories, one simple pattern keeps showing up. People bring their real problems to Jesus. Not cleaned up, not figured out, not solved, just brought to him. A desperate father comes because his daughter is dying. A woman who had suffered for 12 years reaches out in faith. The disciples wake Jesus up in the middle of a storm because they think they're going to drown. No one in any of these stories has anything together, but they all bring their need to Jesus. So here's our coaching thought for today. What am I trying to carry on my own instead of bringing to Jesus? Another way to ask that is, what am I trying to get cleaned up to make myself look better before Jesus? Maybe it's a worry that you keep replaying. Maybe it's a relationship that feels strained. Maybe it's a decision you're trying to control or a fear you haven't spoken out loud. Here's a way that we can practice this. Name the thing you're carrying. Something happens when we name something. We actually start to own it and see it. Then do something simple but intentional. Bring it to Jesus in prayer. Not a long prayer, a polished prayer, a theologically organized prayer that a pastor would pray. Just something honest. Jesus, this is heavy. I need your help. Teach me to trust you with it. Something like that. Make it simple, memorable, and meaningful. Then take the next faithful step in front of you. Because following Jesus doesn't mean life never gets stormy. It means we stop facing the storms alone. So as we kind of put a bow on this entire week, we're reminded that the storms of life are happening. They're happening all around us. That's kind of what happens in our Monday through Friday. At least hopefully your weekends are less stormy. But this time on Saturdays gives us a chance to just stop and thank God for getting us to Saturday morning, but also preparing us for the Monday to Friday in front of us. What is heavy that you're carrying? Where do you need Jesus to lighten your load? Where do you need to relinquish control and let Jesus do the heavy lifting for a while? Today, don't carry everything by yourself. Bring it to Jesus. Be well, friends.